The hottest pop culture stories of the day, like Lindsey Vonn almost lost a leg, and Millie Bobby Brown and David Harbour. Is the drama real, or is it just a little too much? This is Hot to Go. I'm Kendall. She's
Colleen.
And I'm Mike.
Hey, I didn't know if you'd remember that part.
Of course I do.
I love it. Thanks, Colleen. Colleen is in for Brittany today. We got to talk about Lindsey Vonn.
Okay, this is unbelievable.
This is insane. So Lindsey Vonn, as you guys know, she's the Olympian. She blew her ACL like a week before the Olympics, and then all of a sudden goes down anyway. Well, a couple practice runs went fine. The actual run within 13 seconds, epic crash, has to be airlifted out, has major surgery. We only knew that she got back into the country like after 2 weeks being over there. Oh. Well, she just gave us an update on her Instagram. I'm not going to get into like the nitty gritty details.
It's probably a good plan.
Thank you. I read them and I was like, girl, I don't know if I needed to know that. But she said she almost lost her leg due to the trauma from the crash over in Italy. She said, after 2 weeks, I finally made it out of the hospital. It's been quite a journey, the most extreme and painful and challenging I've ever faced times 100, which for a woman who's had so many issues and surgeries, yeah, I'd say probably pretty bad.
That's saying a lot.
Mm-hmm. So she said, I had a complex tibia fracture. Everything was in pieces. There was too much blood in one area of her leg, like kind of like crushed up. So her muscles, her nerves, her tendons, there was just this buildup of pressure and she could have lost her leg. However, the guy who has always done her surgeries, his name's Dr. Tom Hackett. She's like, he was over in Milan and because I had blown my ACL, he was just kind of on standby and he saved my leg. Not only did she do this, she also broke her ankle in her other foot that, by the way, remember, she still doesn't have an ACL in that leg.
Oh, my gosh.
This woman.
By the way, can I just say that a surgeon named Hackett.
Oh, touche.
Just thinking, I might rethink that.
Is that the reason he almost lost a leg? God.
No, but he didn't. So that's the good news. He didn't hack it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
She got to keep her. I mean, can you, that would have been a terrible, nobody wanted to hear that ending to that story.
No, and like we knew that she'd broken her leg.
Mm-hmm.
We knew that it wasn't the leg she had the ACL injury on, but that's really all we knew.
And it's only been, did you say it's been 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Okay, think of the lifetimes that she has lived in those 2 weeks. Ugh. For us, it went like, I feel like that just happened.
Yes.
But for her, she has had to grapple with, first of all, probably a career ending. I mean, I don't want to say that. We don't know that for sure, but we can probably assume. Mm-hmm. This, just the grief of what happened during what was going to be, hopefully kind of like a major kind of comeback.
Yeah.
Moment for her. And then just think for 2 weeks, she has been grappling with the reality that she could have lost her leg. Ugh.
Dealing with that grief twice.
Yeah.
Because
right.
She actually tore her ACL doing those practice runs, thinking this was my opportunity, this was my chance to win in this final Olympics, and then to have to go through that, battle back, find a way in it, and then do it all over again. Oh, man, it's horrific.
It is horrific.
Thank goodness he was there and he was up to the task.
Yeah.
And you guys,
Dr. Hackett.
Dr. Hackett.
Didn't hack it.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't talk about it either, but she lost her dog during all this too.
Man.
Wait a minute. I didn't need you to add that insult to injury. I mean, neither did she, but
yeah, it was like the morning of the run. She said the dog, I can't remember if it was Leo, one of her, like she's got like 4 or 5 dogs that she's always had. And she loves her dog. She said he had already had some issues with his heart. It was something like that, right? Like it had been going on for a year. And of course, the day of the race, he died. And I'm like, this woman.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't.
Do they give honorary medals? Can we give her an honorary medal? Like, is that a thing? Like a lifetime achievement medal?
Participation trophy?
Yeah, I just feel, but that's a lot for one person.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the discussion that I think is floating around so much of the internet right now is like, should she have even been allowed to go and compete?
Okay, and so, I'm going to be honest with you. Early on when this first happened, I was I was an armchair skiing expert, and I was like, well, you shouldn't have gone. You tore your ACL. But she said, and the doctor said, and every expert has said, the accident that occurred during that run had nothing to do with her ACL. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know. I guess I would put my faith in all the doctors who said she was okay to keep going. It just was, I think, a stroke of terrible luck.
A freak incident, if you will.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What do you think?
I mean, it's easy after the fact now to say this. You and Quinn Turner, who we've had on before and talked to him, him and I had a conversation 2 days before this run, and I basically said, the thing that bothered me is, who's the person that doesn't get this opportunity? And I was hoping that this wasn't a decision that was being made because NBC Universal was putting a lot of stock in Lindsey Vonn. All of the ads were all Lindsey Vonn. It was Lindsey Vonn. It was Comeback. I was hoping this wasn't being pushed by NBC and by the advertisers to be like, oh, no, we need you to make this run. And I understand her saying that, and the doctor saying it had nothing to do with it. If you already knew you weren't at 100% and you had to cut the razor thin margins even a little thinner.
Yeah.
I'm no expert. Quinn actually is. He skied. But it makes sense that something like this could potentially happen when you're trying to, again, get on the razor's edge of already a razor's edge. So I hate the fact that this might have missed out on somebody else's opportunity to have their Olympic moment.
Yeah.
If she wasn't going to be 100%, but again, if the doctors and the coaches decided that she was going to be able to go out there and still compete for a medal, I guess I'm okay with it. But
I do also, I get kind of ooked out about the message that it sends to people about playing through pain.
Yes, 100%.
I don't love that. I don't love that.
I think that's where a lot of us land.
Right.
Like, I'm of the, you go girl, you are an adult woman and you make your decisions. But like, also, what?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, Millie Bobby Brown had a 22nd birthday, y'all, and you will never believe who was at her party.
Bon Jovi.
Yeah, he was there. Wait, how'd you know? David Harbour went to her 22nd birthday party, which makes me wonder, remember that whole, like, they had a very lengthy investigation on some mistreatment on the set of Stranger Things that involved David Harbour and Millie Bobby Brown. Like, now they don't need to work together anymore, but they're still chumming it up at a birthday party. Question mark?
That does feel odd.
Doesn't that feel strange?
Because if it was as bad as we were led to believe, that she had to have an adult or a monitor or a person with her at all times because she didn't want to be alone with him.
Right.
Why invite him to your birthday?
Again, so they don't work together anymore. So when you don't work together anymore, it's okay for adults to go, it's been great. Peace out. Like, thanks for all the things. But to continue to cultivate a relationship means that there was something there to cultivate. And it just doesn't, I just have questions.
I'm curious. Okay, Mike.
Yeah.
In the blinds, since you're a blind item expert.
Yes, this is good.
Do you think that this was overblown for publicity for Stranger Things season 5?
Do you want the blind answer or my answer? Because there's a very big difference. Because I think the blind item answer has always been, oh no, there's definitely been a rift here between this whole situation. And also there's a belief that maybe this is helping to calm some of the other things going on in his life right now. Like the fact that he most likely did maybe potentially make a trip to rehab. We heard just about a month ago, 2 months ago, he was yelling at a convenience store at a father and his two kids, saying, "You're not the father." Like, this guy had a crash out that was like on
epic.
That was like Shia LaBeouf level just a couple of months ago. Now, it wasn't as well documented, but he had that kind of a moment. So the belief I saw from the blinds is this just trying to recover that a little bit?
Interesting.
I think this is a situation personally where, she might have done this, but let's keep in mind, she started filming that series when she was 12 years old.
Sure.
So is there a potential that there was something in their relationship when she was 13 or 14 years old she didn't like, thus this lawsuit or this claim came out?
Yeah.
They had to address it, and now we're literally 10 years later, and now they're on good terms? 1,000%.
And I think you could build a case if he did go to rehab. There is, in a lot of rehabilitation programs, there is sort of a making amends process.
Yeah, sure.
And if this is part of that, then, more power to him. I don't know. What do you think, Kendall?
I don't know what to think, because I 1,000% was like, this guy is garbage. Like full disclosure, I was like, I have no time for this. I do understand that later on we found out there was a mental health aspect involved, which then of course you go, I have empathy for that. Like that does put a different spin on his reaction at like the gas station situation that we're talking about. But I think that when you're in a position where you're working with kids all the time, if any of them feel uncomfortable around you, that's a you problem. Like you need to fix that.
Yeah.
And he didn't come to her wedding. He didn't come to several other things that the cast was all at. And at the time when they were doing the PR rounds, it felt very like, we're just going to not address this. We're all going to put on our big boy pants because we're adults now. Now I can handle it and we're almost done. But this is just weird. This is such a spin that I would like, either she's the most forgiving person in the world or it was completely blown out of proportion on this specific topic. Now, if you ask Lily Allen, he's a piece of garbage.
Well, I also think, I mean, listen, I think there is something to is this some sort of PR? Yeah. Like this very well could have been planned and she was just like, fine.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm not talking to him.
Yeah, it's fine. He can come to my party.
It's so weird.
The one other wrench I love throwing into this story is the fact that, let's not forget, a week ago, Valentine's Day, it was Maya Hawke's wedding. All of the Stranger Things cast was there except for 3 people. And it was Millie Bobby Brown and David Harbour. And then I think Noah Schnapp was the other one who's really close with Millie Bobby Brown. So this idea, and again, you want to go the blind item route, there's an idea that maybe Millie and David, definitely it seems like Millie, might think, well, the cast is here, I'm here. At least that's what the blind item is leading us to believe is she thinks, okay, I'm not going to, I don't go to those things or I'm not going to go to those things. I'm a little bit bigger of a deal. That's again what the blind items would have to say.
Which is so wild.
She seems nice. She's got a lot of pets and I love them. And she has a dog,
rescuing device.
In her purse, she carries a chip reader for dogs that are lost. I mean, how could that person be a bad person?
You can't forget about like the years she spent under the microscope of being the annoying little girl.
Yeah.
And which like I hated that narrative. She was excited.
And to be fair, like again, also Hollywood chews up and spits out child celebrities. And so, I think 2 things can be true, right? Nobody is 100% horrible. Well, some people are, but a lot of people aren't 100% horrible, right? So
we'll see. Whatever you think, let us know in the comments if you are watching on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, hey guys, season 22 of The Bachelorette cast just got announced to freaking absolutely nobody. It's so bad. This video was posted to YouTube 5 hours ago at this point of The Bachelorette, the big season 22. Taylor Frankie Paul, our girl from Mormon Wives, is going to be there. It's going to be huge. It's going to blow up. 1,000 views. I can get 1,000 views in 5 hours. In fact, I've gotten more than 1,000 views in 5 hours. This video will get more than 1,000 views in 5 hours. Nobody cares. ABC, what are you going to do? Because this was your let's try to throw the white flag, or I don't know, a different color. You're about to throw the white flag. Nobody cares. And I'm not even being dramatic. There are literally 1,000 and maybe 22 views in 5 hours on the biggest platform in the world. Nobody cares about these 22 guys. Nobody cares about Taylor Frankie Paul, their famous new Bachelorette. I don't think this season's going to go well for them.
Are you a big Bachelorette watcher?
Yes.
I knew it.
Do I look like one? Because
I just know I've heard you talk about it a lot. So, what are strip away the video, strip away. What are you? What's your advice for Bachelor Nation?
I don't like the casting. I never liked the idea of bringing this woman on as a choice. There are some really cool women who were on The Bachelor who were then part of that crowd that could have been selected. Now, I know they reached out to a few that a lot of people liked and they all said no, which I'm like, okay, ABC, that's a you problem again, that you can't find a lead that people like to want to lead your show. But they pick someone who has domestic assault issues on her record.
Yikes.
What are we doing? I don't need someone who's already famous from the Mormon Wives. I don't need someone who has this out there to be glorified on any platform, especially ABC, which at the end of the day, 7 p.m. at ABC is prime time. That is when families sit down and watch. And I'm glad that she got help. I'm glad that she's like, I've made a recovery. I went and did this, this, and this. I see my wrongs. It was a bad relationship. I don't think we need to elevate it. Like, I think the casting was bad. And I think that this is just showing, no matter how much they're pushing this show, people aren't excited. I don't know. Maybe they'll prove me wrong. But like Bachelor Nation,
it's not looking good. No, it's not looking good.
It's not looking good. Mike, you had a really interesting thought on this.
Well, it's such a they're going the route, and I don't think this is the route they wanted to go. They're going the route of your more Bachelor in Paradise. So Scott Teddy is the guy who's now the showrunner for The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, and this is the guy who did Flavor of Love. This is the guy who did more like VH1 shock reality television back 20 years ago. And they're going with this idea and this casting that, this is going to be the way we bring people together. And I'll be honest, Hulu/ABC/Disney does this too much. You're seeing these relationships of people that, because they were on Dancing with the Stars and because they're in Mormon Wives, now we're bringing them together because we got this synergy and now everyone's going to watch. It's the Brooks Nader and the Kim Kardashian effect that we're seeing right now. Brooks Nader's everywhere. And the weird thing about this season is if you are into it, if you're a fan of The Bachelorette, you already know who she picks and who she's been on dates with. Because unlike previous seasons, they did a really good job in the past of hiding these dates that people go on and these different moments. I don't know if it's because she's famous or maybe a little more famous than a normal Bachelorette because of the Mormon Wives show. We've seen all of her dates. Like, people have been posting, so they're either using that as a marketing technique of like, hey, this is her out there getting some buzz that way, or they just can't help it because she's got some more fame. I don't know which it is, but they're making a choice, it feels like, to kind of market this a different way.
I feel like this is one of those situations where they're trying to like they're overshooting, and if they went back to basics, they might actually have better luck.
Yes. 100%. I mean, we've had every year, at least for the last 20 years, the next Bachelor or the next Bachelorette is from the previous season.
Right.
So it's not like they're not recognizable people that people are excited about. So the marketing side of it, it's like they're really trying to push this and it's not working.
It's not happening.
Yikes.
It's interesting.
One thing that did happen.
It's hot to blow.
Years ago, that I don't think this A-list director is happy that we know about, is the drug-fueled affair Martin Scorsese had.
I love this so much.
With Liza Minnelli.
I cannot tell you how much I love everything about this story.
So your hot to blow story today is a story that Liza Minnelli is telling in her upcoming, she's got a new tell-all book. It's called...
she's telling it all.
She is telling it all. It is, what's the title again? Kids, Let Me Tell You Something. I think is literally what it's called.
If it's not for children.
Yeah.
Checks out. Yeah.
And she talks about the fact, and this is a story that I don't think many people really knew about. And if they did know about, they had to be pretty deep into like late 70s Hollywood drama. But Martin Scorsese was married at the time to a woman by the name of Julia Cameron. Now, she actually worked with him on the movie New York, New York, starring Liza Minnelli.
Okay.
While all three of them were working on this same project together, there was a lot of drugs and apparently a lot of sex happening with Martin Scorsese and Liza Minnelli, and ultimately led to the end of the marriage between Julia and Martin.
What?
I know. It's so dirty.
I'm in a chokehold. I don't even know what you just said to me. Are you kidding me?
I'm not.
I love this.
So that is the movie New York, New York from 1977. Kids, wait till you hear this, by the way, is the new memoir that Liza Minnelli has coming out. It's going to be dropping March 10th. That's why we're getting so many of these juicy, delicious stories.
Well, and what I love, because I've heard you say this blind item, is that this casting of Martin Scorsese in the new Mandalorian movie is all, and the talk about it and the announcement about it is all about look over here, folks.
I'm in a voiceover role for the Mandalorian Grogu, one of the biggest blockbusters of the year. Isn't this really, really cool? Meanwhile,
forget
Liza
about
Minnelli's
that time that I did it with Liza Minnelli when my wife was in the other room.
Ooh. Guys, this is insane. Okay, and like some of the photos that are coming along with this, like this one with them on the couch with Robert De Niro, Martin Scorsese, Liza Minnelli, and Al Pacino. I'm like, were you all having sex? Like,
people got up to a lot of stuff.
I can't believe it. So did she say that this only happened like on this movie set and that was it?
All she gave us as the details is that this drug-fueled affair definitely happened. Now, like I said, Martin Scorsese and Julia Cameron broke up after this. So the marriage was over. He got divorced after this. They do have a child together. He went on to be married 3 other times since then. But yeah, that's the only detail she's giving us now. I'm sure there'll be more.
I think the remaining question is, am I going to read this book? And the answer is yes.
That's not a question.
1,000 times.
We
yes.
know you're going to read it.
Oh my gosh. Even better if it's the audiobook and if she voices it. I am 100% in.
Marty! I can't, I want to know after this. Liza Minnelli don't give no bleeps.
Mm-hmm.
Like 0.
She hasn't for over a decade, right? It's like she's gonna drop.
She doesn't need to. Yeah. She doesn't need to give bleeps.
No, and like she's not gonna spill tea. She's gonna drop it. She's gonna shatter the china. She don't care. Marty, however, I'm wondering if more women would be like, oh yeah, that Liza, that's not that crazy. Hear what happened to me on the set of this giant.
We can
Martin
only
Scorsese
hope.
Movie. Nope.
Oh my God, that's so dishy. I'm obsessed.
Isn't it great?
Keep in mind, the memoir doesn't drop until March 10th. This is just the first story we're getting.
Yeah.
So she's going to keep these little pebbles of great stories leading up to it. If this is the first one, this is a pretty good sign for this memoir.
I'm leaning in.
Oh, so good.
So there you go. Again, March 10th is when that is going to be out there.
Love it.
A little hot to blow story. We'll keep an eye on it.
It's Hot Mess.
Okay. My hot mess is basically every single publication that covered this story from the BAFTAs that happened over the weekend. So, Sir Alan Cumming was the host of this year's BAFTAs over in the UK, and he was making some cheeky jokes, doing what hosts do at these big celebrity functions, and he was walking around kind of handing out like snacks. He was handing out very British snacks, end quote. Of course, came up Timothée Chalamet, who did not win for Marty Supreme. Who is Timothée with? His partner might be his wife. That's a whole nother conversation. Of course, Kylie Jenner. So he gets this little snack, Timothée Chalamet, and then Alan Cumming gives a snack to Kylie Jenner, who looks kind of like anxiously at him. He said, Kylie, have you ever had your gums around a giant jammy dodger? Which is what the candy's called. And it's like cheeky, right? And she kind of like shakes her head no, and then just mutters like, thank you, and moves on. Well, everybody's covering this. Like, she is a prude. I can't believe Alan Cumming's so funny. He's just trying to get a laugh out of her. 2 things can be true. He is very funny. He is trying to get a laugh out of her. But she's not a prude. She's not being rude. She is the shyest person that has been thrust into the world stage I've ever seen. This woman from a very young age was on the Kardashians. She was like 10 or 11 when it started. She, yes, is still a Kardashian Jenner. Yes, she still has billions of people who follow her. She's got a massive multi-billion-dollar company. She's a billionaire. And she's, of course, dating Timothée Chalamet. But she's hardly on the show, The Kardashians. She kind of keeps her head down. She likes to control the narrative, so she'll do her selfie videos. This girl does not want the attention.
Yeah, well, this is also a stage she's not used to being on. Like, she doesn't hang out with actors.
No.
She's a reality star. This is a whole different echelon of people that she's hanging with.
And, like, she knows what happened is going to happen. That the headlines are going to be about her in some weird negative way, because they always are during award season.
Yeah.
And here we are. And they're just, I'm like, why? It's just
what
dumb.
I hear you saying is leave Kylie alone.
Leave King Kylie alone. Now, clean.
Yeah.
You seemed interested, so I'm going to tell you about this.
I'm in.
I have a theory.
Ooh.
My theory is that Timothée Chalamet, who has been with Kylie for 3 years, which is past the publicationship point, right, Mike?
That's true. Most of them are 3 years.
Thank you. This last cycle of award seasons, he finally, for the first time, addressed his partner. He thanked her. He called her his partner. Methinks they're already married.
I actually kind of love this. I kind of love this. If they are, which I am not saying they aren't, I also love that they're not saying anything during award season, because this needs to be all about Timothée and his performance.
Yes.
And so I'm not no. Like, I am leaning in.
Mike?
I don't think you're wrong.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think they're married.
Wait, why not though?
Because if there's one thing a Kardashian knows how to do, it's to make money out of every single thing. And if you think they're not going to market the bleep out of this wedding when they get married.
So I don't disagree with you. The Kardashians do that.
Yeah.
I don't think Timothy would do that.
This is the guy who's marketed every role he's had more than we've ever seen an actor do before. He was standing on top of the Severe that looked like a gigantic...
his own personal gain.
Sure.
Right? I think he knows that would be career suicide to I'm just saying. So I think they're going to play this one differently. And I think Mama Kardashian knows that they have to treat this one with kid gloves, because if this man wins an Oscar, I am so on Team Kendall right now.
Thank you.
Because if he wins an Oscar, think about what that does for the Kardashians. They don't have an Oscar winner.
Oh yeah.
In the fam, friends.
No, they do not, and they're not getting another one.
No.
And
the likelihood of that is 0.
And you guys know how good they are at keeping a secret until they need to promote something for the next season of the Kardashians.
Listen, Kendall.
We'll see.
Don't knock until you try it.
Exactly.
Thank you guys so much for watching or listening to Hot to Go. We love that you love what we love to talk about. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this with a friend. That's how we keep this show going.